Hello, everybody, and I hope you're having a good weekend. Last week, I'm just going to jump straight into it. Last week, you might have noticed I didn't make any posts. Um, the reason for that was Monday, I get off work later than normal, so I had originally intended to move my Monday class to my Friday ones because I have Fridays off of work, and then Mondays I work later. So I was going to do that initially, but then Tuesday I had a dental appointment, and even though it was just a cleaning, it took almost 2 hours and they were doing updating everything 'cause it's been a long time since I've been. So it was kind of exhausting, and then I kind of went downhill from there. So I didn't do anything last week. I did try to get a schedule set up and maintain it, but I just could not. I'm going to be honest with you. It's like 50% dental stress and work stress, and then the other half is definitely video games. Um, I'm just so eager to get off of this map and arc that we're in, and that's kind of what I've been doing. Maybe I should do some live streams of me playing video games. At least I'm posting something. Anyways, but I'm not giving up on the schooling thing. Like I said, as it comes to the schooling schedule, I'm gonna move my Monday class to my Friday class because I have all day. I can take my time. I can take breaks and do what I need to. I'm also probably not going to. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep doing daily recordings just because it's kind of a lot and I'm not ready to be able to make those icons every day for the videos and like the what do they call it? I'm so old. The whatever the icon, the thumbnails for the videos. But what I might do is I might just go ahead and post once a week and just kind of update the status of everything and go through what I've done and what needs to be changed. And since this is technically the third week of me doing this, uh, the Hiragana lessons were done in 3 weeks, and then the next 3 weeks is supposed to be the next ones, the katakana, I think it is. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get pretty much go a 3 week review, even though I didn't do the last review. And the reason why I didn't do last week is because in the art side it was more head animation, head drawings, and stuff like that, which I do think is very important. I just kind of got burned out. 3 weeks of just drawing head shapes and expressions, and it does get more fun once you start doing the ages, which was supposed to be last week, but I didn't because I wasn't confident in myself. So I did skip that week, but I do need to make that up, and I will. But it's just I need to make it a little more engaging, and this is why I'm doing this test because I knew that ChatGPT is only going to give me so much for guidelines, but it's not going to make it engaging. Like it's not going to be useful for like the human engagement for the brain, especially when it comes to creative stuff. So I knew this was going to happen, and this was kind of one of those hurdles I knew I was going to come across. So I'm going to spend some time trying to figure out how to make the first 3 weeks of the manga side a little more entertaining. I think it would have been interesting if I hadn't have rushed through that book that I was supposed to read before the classes started. If I had made that a part of assignments, it might have been a little more engaging because the book was very, very fascinating. I was drawn into it and I read it all the way through within a couple days, which I don't do. So I think that if I had saved a day for reading that and then a day for doing the drawings and then a day of reading and a day of drawings, it probably would have been better. But I did not. So there's that. I need to try to figure out how to make assignments out of that. The how to draw manga book obviously is useful as far as it goes. It goes over information, gives you guidelines, but when it comes down to it, there are rules in there, but then everybody has their own styles, which, you know, that's why how to draw manga books are at best. Then they do have techniques in there, don't get me wrong, but um, as a teaching tool, it should be used with something else. So we'll work on that too. Obviously, the only way to get better when it comes to doing art is just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and that's kind of the burnout when you get to it. You keep drawing expressions, you get burned out. But I still need to finish up the two other lessons, which I'll do. When it comes to the learning Japanese side of it, so far I don't have any issues with it, except that it's kind of tedious just learning the characters for 3 weeks. I do agree. I had a comment. I had mentioned it before about trying to find some reading material. Now that I can recognize just a little over half of the hiragana characters, I have been able to start reading some materials, really basic stuff, and that has been encouraging. I remember trying to read some stuff beforehand, before I learned, and I didn't understand any of it. And so it wasn't engaging to me, and it was just frustrating to try to guess what I was reading when I was wrong every time. It didn't make any sense. But when now that like I said, I can pretty much understand just a little over half of the characters, I am now picking up some very basic reading stuff for the Hiragana characters. And even though I should jump into the katakana next, I'm still going to obviously incorporate the Hiragana ones in there because I mean you have to. I haven't learned them all yet. I was supposed to do like a mini quiz last week, and I kind of at work while I was there, I did kind of make a quiz for myself. I kind of just tried to remember all the characters and wrote down what I did, and that's how I knew which ones I forgot. But it wasn't like anything planned, so it was just kind of a one-off thing. That's how I was able to know what I could and could not remember. So it's not bad. The lessons aren't bad. We'll have to keep working on it though for sure. I got a long way to go. I also know this is a bad habit of mine. I don't know if it's a bad habit or not, but I know that if I study and study and study and study, if I take a bit of a break, when I come back, I realize just how much I've retained, especially when it comes to learning the languages. So I feel like I needed the break anyway for that. Maybe that's an excuse, but that's just how I know that I'm learning is because if I stop for a second, I go back and I don't forget or I remember it. To me, that's progress. So yeah. Whenever I do get up in the morning, I do get up and go to work like significantly earlier than I need to be there because it's kind of quiet and it's relaxing. So I think that's when I'm going to start doing some of my class time, which is why I won't be able to be recording it all. I think that for my art, I might just go over the images I drew and why I drew them and explain it. And then for the katakana and stuff, I might just save um, some recording sessions of like the online stuff that I do, and then I'll just go over at the end of every week of what I've learned. I think that'll be better. I'm not going to clutter YouTube with hour and a half long videos consistently of just me doing boring stuff. It kind of takes a bit of a stress of updating all the time off my back, and I can try to make things look a little bit nicer. Maybe I'll just procrastinate to the end and never get anything done. I don't know. But I still have my YouTube goals for my VTuber and everything that I also need to complete as well. I did buy, let me see if I have that checklist still here, but I did get a couple things on that list I needed. Um, I did get the tripod, so, and cross that off the list. And getting a better light, I did get that. Actually, it was about 30 bucks. Oh, come on, highlight this and cross it off. Did that do that? Twink? Okay, well, of course not. Alright, to Twink. Alright, so I did do that. Better mic is going to be a little later. Fixing the YouTube, yeah, I am going to actually do another one. I want to do a forward-facing one. I don't know if I'll get that done this year, although I have time. We'll see what happens. Interfaces, overlays. What is this? Oh yeah, I need to get those too. And I did get the batteries. That was a random off thing, but I did get that. So I did complete a couple things the last couple of months. It's taken a while. But I've got a lot of medical and dental things I need to start accomplishing, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy anything else for the rest of the year. I got this cat, little boy cat. I don't know what to call him. I've had him for a couple months now, and I got to get him fixed. I've got my next dental appointment is 5 cavities on one bottom side of my teeth, and it's going to cost me $555. And oh, it hurts. But I know this is kind of gone on a different tangent real quick, but I cannot stress to you guys how important it is to make sure that you take care of your health and your teeth. Because 2 years ago is the last time I went to my dentist for anything, and my bill was $750 to do all my fillings. I got the 5, and then I think I got 3 others. So I got a total of 8. I think they need to get done, which is a lot of work. And that was 2 years ago. When I went back, it was about the same. So I had been making more of an effort to maintain my dental hygiene and taking things to hopefully make everything better, and it did work. I did get one more cavity, and that's all totally. So I did get one more cavity throughout it all, but I did my best to floss and brush, and the bone density around my teeth did get better apparently compared to the last time I went. So dental health, working, flossing, it does help. But the reason why I'm saying this is because if it gets worse, if I was so lucky that I was able to maintain my teeth the way I did, because if I had not, that $750, it went up to $770 something dollars. So it could have been worse. It could have been a root canal. It could have been an extraction. It could have been a crown. Crowns I found out are like $3,000 up to $3,000. They can be as low as 300 depending on how bad it is. But just I cannot stress how much important it is for you guys to take care of your health. Take care of your health. Do preventative screenings. Do preventative care. Go to see your dentist. Find out if you can't afford to go to the dentist, if you don't have insurance. Ask your dentist if there are any plans that you can go on, payment plans or discount plans. I have only been able to do this because my dentist does a partnership with somebody who does a discount plan. So I don't think I would be able to get my dental work done if not. And so I'm taking advantage of this right now while it's available to me. So do that. And that's kind of what I've been stressing about. That's kind of why I kind of slacked off because I stress out easily about things like hospital and dental things. I cannot stand it. So I shut down for the rest. I shut down for a long time. It's hard for me to focus once I've gone through some sort of appointment. So maybe it's, I don't know. It's exact. I don't know what it is, but I do, and that's why I didn't do anything. I shut down after all that stuff, especially seeing that $500 bill for my dental work, which is going to go on my credit card, and I'm just going to spiral. So breathe. Anyways, all that aside, I know. My point is, I'm not going to be able to get any of this stuff, this monetary stuff done, probably now for the rest of the year because of the things I got to get due. Dental work. I got 3 dental appointments. It's going to total $700. I got to schedule a boy cat, which is going to be about $300. Um, Obviously, still got to worry about my bills I got to pay, and that's going to be rough. Yeah, I've got a doctor's appointment. That's probably about $120. So yeah, it's the end of the year health goals, and I'm still not concerned. I'm not convinced that there's not something going on underneath my gallbladder slash liver area because I can still no longer drink coffee. It causes me great pain, and it's never done that before. So that hospital visit might extend into something else, which might cost more money. So, and I'm not trying to like rant or complain about my bills. I'm just merely throwing out the perspective for you guys to take initiative to take care of your health. And that was a completely different spiral, different rant. I'm going to stop right there. Anyways, as the college thing goes, and this is why I did a mock college because I knew that if I enrolled, I would have spent all that extra money on college and then not stuck with it because it's rough. But I am going to take this rest of this time to try to think of a better plan for the first 3 weeks and flesh out any kind of uh, issues, kind of iron out any kinks, and make the first 3 weeks a little more engaging. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep going in circles at this point. So that's why I didn't update. Thanks for making it this far if you did, and I will see you hopefully next week with some more progress. And I hope you have a good weekend. I am just gonna take the whole day, kick my feet up, and just enjoy everything. I might do some cleaning. I gotta organize my workspace a little bit. I got my gamer trough all set up, which is gross. It's actually not dirty. It's just dry food that goes in there, but it's still. I'm gonna go now. Okay, have a good weekend. See you later. See you guys next week. Bye.